this is an LS motor. I'm going to be putting an LS in OverHoof, and if you watch some of my latest videos, I gave you a rundown on my plans of what I'm going to do with this. Now, I got this engine off Marketplace, and it wasn't what I was told it was. I mean, it was an engine, which is in fact what I bought, but I was informed that it was a good engine, and in fact, it was not a good engine. And to reiterate what I'm saying, these are rod bearings that I pulled out of it. And if you could imagine the rod bearings looking like this, I'm sure you could imagine what the crank and what the rods look like. So I'm going to have to replace 2 of the rods. I'm not sure if I'm going to have the crank turned or not. I've priced new cranks, and I'm going to price having that crank turned. I want to go with the most budget-friendly option that I have, but because of this, I need to get this block cleaned, because it's probably going to have metal shavings all in the oil ports and whatnot. So I've got some things that we're going to clean this block up today, and I'm going to work on a few other things. Now don't be alarmed, this is just a bucket of water. But I'm going to soap this up, scrub it, spray it off, and blow it off, and hopefully we'll have a clean block to start with. So we have to get these bearings out of here. So we're just going to do this and give it a little tap, get them to come out. Easy as that. It's just a drop in the bucket. And that is it. Bam. Now this is a Fender that came off OverHoof, and these were dented up, and I wasn't sure if I was going to use these or not. But they're not that bad. They just got a couple little dents in them here and there. I think I want to go ahead and try to save these dents, save the fenders, and use them, at least for now. And we can look here. This is really the only bad spot on the fender. It's got like a couple maybe small like little hail dents up in there, but they're not bad. I can bang those out or painless, different repair those. These here, this one here's the bad one. We're going to see if we can't, you know, refurbish that one. We're going to see. Well, this is after a few minutes of banging on it. I've got it straighter. It still needs some work, but if I can get this a little straighter in here, maybe I can just fill the low spots and run this fender for a little while. I think I've almost got it to a usable state. other fender. This fender is fairly straight. This one still needs a little bit of work. I managed to get this one stuffed, some of the dents fixed. It's not perfect, but it's going to be better. I'll let the primer sit, I'll hit it again, scuff it up again, tack it, and then put some of my red color on it. By all means, I'm not a painter. I can work on cars, but I've never really dabbled in the profession of painting. I can dabble and I can do things, and even if I was a painter, I don't have the capabilities. I don't have a paint booth. I've got an air compressor, but I don't have any paint guns and mixing paint. So this is what I've got, and this is a true driveway budget build. I'm trying to save money, and I'm trying to get it done right here in my driveway with things that you can buy at home. I'm sure a lot of you already know, but progress on OverHoof continues. It's one of my 4060 transmissions down there. The other fender I worked on. And of course, you saw earlier the engine that I cleaned up and bagged up after I blew it off, wiped it off, put some oil in the cylinders. So it'll sit there until I can have the crank turn, which is sitting over here. Crankshaft still sitting there. We're going to see about having it turned, hopefully save some money. We're going to price the machine shop to turn it and a new one to compare the prices. If there's not a big difference in price, we'll just buy a new one, because the new one will come with bearings and everything. And hopefully in another video, we're going to have to drop this gas tank and get the gas tank prepped for the LS swap.